Welcome, everybody. Thanks so much for being on today. My name is Trista Polo, and I am an unfranchised owner and shopping annuity consultant for Market America Shop.com. That's me in the two pictures. And so you might be able to guess the theme for tonight, body transformation and weight loss. I'm going to get into my story a little bit more throughout the evening, but I do want to share a little bit about our company, just so you have a background of who we are as a company. So the company is called Market America. Our online presence is shop.com, and we're a 27-year-old global company. We have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, which does not come lightly, but we've got something that I find even more impressive as a company, which is that we've earned the Better Business Bureau's award for trust, integrity, and performance. And we've actually been awarded that in 2013 and 18. We're the only company in our region to receive that honor twice. So that's a huge deal. And we're a product broker. So that means we don't actually make any of the products that I'm going to be talking about inside of this presentation. I'm going to be covering some of those. It gives us the opportunity, like we have an edge, because we can identify the best in class, science-based products and ingredients that are in really high demand, and then source them from the absolute best sources to ensure that what we're putting out into the public, we can stand behind. We've got a long history as a company, 27 years old. We've never had a down quarter. We've continued to grow over the years, but more importantly, we have a sustainability goal to be able to be in business for the next 100 years. The picture that you see there, I have to tell you that the first picture, the one with me in the blue blazer, that was taken on May 11th. And I know it was May 11th because when it was taken, it was posted up on Facebook. I was asked by Facebook, do you approve this photo to go on your wall? I'm like, no, that's not how I look in my head. I really am confident. I love myself just as I am. I know that I earned every wrinkle and pound. But when I saw it there in full Technicolor, I had a reaction. And so every time Facebook wants me to review something on my timeline, there that picture is. Do you want to approve it now? And so far, until today, the answer was no. And then I came across the other photo, the one with me in the polka dot skirt. And I said, holy cow, I've been on this program I'm going to be talking about tonight for 3 months. I've lost 20 pounds. So when I look, that's exactly 3 months, those two pictures. And I'm just in awe of it. So I had a vulnerable moment and I shared that picture, the one in the blue blazer, but it's part of my journey. And I'm really proud of what I've done. And so I'm going to be sharing that with you today. Now, before I do that, I do want to share that we are not here to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases. The statements I'm going to make tonight, the slides are not evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. So I do need to tell you that. But here's the other thing that I want to tell you that I think is really important. As a company, Market America works with the best suppliers. And those suppliers are actually regulated and inspected by the FDA. They have to follow good manufacturing practices. They're tested for purity of ingredient, content of product, potency, and contaminants. And the FDA handles all of that for every company that we source our ingredients from. Again, we're product brokers, so we can pick and choose who we want to work with. Now, once it passes that first tier with the FDA, then we know the company is in full compliance with the FDA. But we take it another step because we're putting our name on the products and we know we're only as good as our reputation because we're a broker. We put it through a second tier of quality control inspection, including sending it to a third-party lab to check that the product inside the bottle is the same as what the ingredients say and what we expect it to be. Now, why is that important? There was an article that just came out that Amazon, the largest online retailer in the world, admitted to selling counterfeit supplements. Now, I'm not here to bash Amazon, but the thing is that what they've said for a long time is that they do not quality control the products that are sold through them. They're a reseller, they're a distributor, they're a product broker, but they are not backing the efficacy of the products that you're purchasing. And so for a long time, I've heard these warnings like, don't buy supplements on Amazon because you don't really know what you're getting. But I thought that like, okay, but who's going to sell counterfeit vitamins? Like, that seems like, what's the point? But Amazon had to announce a breach of integrity of products. It was a Procter and Gamble product that was sold, and whatever was inside the bottles was not what was on the label. Like, what were people taking? Like, that scares me, actually. What was in those? It could have been anything. We stand behind and guarantee that the products are what they say on the bottle. So I'm just really happy about that. I want to take you into tonight's session. You know, we do these every week and we have a different topic every week. And tonight it is about weight loss and weight loss myths. There are an average of 160 million Americans that are either obese or overweight. So that's nearly 3/4 of American men and more than 60% of American women. And it's actually most prevalent in ages 50 to 54 in men and 60 to 64 in women. So you're talking about people in my generation, the Gen Xers, and then getting into those baby boomers. But the thing is that obesity is an issue that affects every person of every age and every income. It's not a poor person's plight. It's not a rich person's plight. It is across the board. Every country has an obesity problem, but the US is number one. I don't know if that's what you want to be number one in, but we are actually number one as the highest ranking country by number of people in the population that are considered obese. And then it goes to China, India, Russia, and down the line. So because of this fact, as you can imagine, there are a lot of companies and people telling us how to solve this problem. It's a huge problem, and there's a lot of money to be made in solving the problems of Americans who like to learn and throw money at problems and try and solve those issues. And certainly obesity comes with a lot of health issues and risks. So we want to do something about it. So books, blogs, success stories selling specific ways to lose those extra pounds. You can find a zillion of them on YouTube, on Google, even Facebook and Instagram these days. Now, a lot of the information is legit, but there are a lot of myths out there as well. So I wanted to start by sharing some of the most common myths so we can bust those myths, because if you're in the camp that believes any of these, then that could be why you're struggling. If you're sitting there struggling to lose weight, then I could maybe just shine the light on something that if you change a couple of things could really make a difference. So let's go through the top 6 myths about weight loss. Now, by the way, where did these come from? These are the top 6 that were found and debunked by Cleveland Clinic. This is a nonprofit clinic that was established in 1921. It has over 3,600 doctors and scientists, over 11,000 nurses and residents, and it's consistently ranked one of the best hospitals in the country. So these are the myths that they shared that you want to watch out for when you're looking to get healthy and lose weight. So the first one is the only way to lose weight is to avoid carbs. Get rid of those carbs, carb free, don't eat carbs, right? I mean, we've heard that from so many different books and webinars out there. Well, here's the fact. You can't fully ditch carbohydrates to have a healthy diet. You're recommended to eat in 3 patterns to have a healthy lifestyle. And one is considered Mediterranean style, another is vegetarian, and of course, including healthy proteins and fats as well. But to completely ditch all carbohydrates, cutting out fruit and grains, including healthy grains, that's not necessarily the best way. In fact, carbohydrate-rich foods such as vegetables, those are carbs, beans and peas, fruits, whole grains, they're all foundations for any of the healthy patterns that are recommended. And it's also recommended to have carbs for fiber. So if you avoid carbs altogether, then your fiber intake will plummet. Now, this is not permission. Please don't go home and say, hey, I was on a webinar and they said I can eat cake and I'm going to lose weight. That is not what we're saying. But healthy carbs are an important part of a healthy diet. So you don't want to just cut them out altogether. Okay, so that's myth 1. Let's go on to myth 2. Myth 2 is it doesn't matter what you eat as long as you count calories. I know some calorie counters. They got really skinny in the 60s and 70s, counting calories. I remember I was handed a book with every food that we ate, and it had the calorie amount, and I was given a notebook and a pen and a calculator. And I was told to count all my calories, and I know people that still do that. But here's the fact. Calories don't matter as much as what you're eating. Counting calories actually encourages you to obsess about quantity over quality. Eventually, the quality of your diet will suffer. And if the quality of your diet suffers, so will your health. Your nutrition comes from the food and supplementation that you take in and how much of it you're able to absorb. The key to staying within an appropriate range of calories for the amount of fuel you're burning, but you also need to stick to a nutrient-dense diet that won't make your insulin and blood sugar cry for help. So you want to really stay in this fat burning zone where your blood sugar stays even, and you can't do that if you're eating teeny little calorie amounts and counting every calorie, hoping to keep them as small as possible. All right, myth number 3. If you want to lose weight, you'll have to go hungry. I know people who believe that they cannot lose weight if they're not starving, and that if they're on a diet, they're going to be starving. They might feel like they have to skip meals, snacks, and feel hungry all day just to lose weight. But that actually leads to weight gain in some cases. Never skip meals when you're on a healthy eating plan. That just makes your body hold on to fuel and use it more efficiently. It slows down your metabolism, which can trigger overeating later in the day, but it can also trigger weight gain when you finally do eat. Because your body says, thank goodness, I finally have some fuel. I better hold on to it in case we go a long time without eating again. You're putting your body in starvation mode, and staying hungry takes your long-term success away. And so make sure you're eating and just the right foods that for your body type, and you'll be in a better mood. Your body will stay in that fat burning metabolism increased zone, and you'll have a lot better success. Okay, myth number 4, cutting fat from your diet helps you lose weight. You seeing a trend? It's a myth that you should cut all carbs, but it's a myth that you should cut all fat. We're looking at healthy balance of what's right for your body. Here's the fact. Avoiding fat does not lead to weight loss. In fact, it often leads to weight gain. Have you ever noticed back in I think it was the 90s when they started coming out with those low-fat foods, what did they replace the fat with? Sugar. Sugar is not going to be a good way to lose weight. Sugar and refined grains. They actually hijack your metabolism. They drive up inflammation, spike your insulin, and pack on the belly fat. That's what you're getting if you're not eating fats in your diet. So you want to eat fats because fats can actually speed up your metabolism and help you shed pounds, even though there's been so much marketing throughout the years that makes us think otherwise. When you cut fat out of your diet, it leads to a vicious cycle of more sugar cravings, a loss of willpower. Your taste buds crave that sugar because you keep eating it, which is, by the way, extremely addictive type of food. Whereas if you eat healthy fats in moderation, avocado, extra virgin olive oil, ground flaxseed, hemp seeds, walnuts, wild salmon to lose weight, you'll feel satisfied after eating it. It'll lower your inflammation levels, and you won't be hijacking your metabolism. All right, myth number 5. Going gluten-free is the solution for weight loss. Now, I will tell you, for me, when I eat gluten, my body reacts to it because I have a high level of inflammation in my body that I am working on repairing. So I'm not saying that gluten-free is a bad choice, but going completely gluten-free for the sake of like gluten is bad can actually lead to higher calories and weight gain over time. Because a lot of commercial gluten-free items are higher in calories and carbs. Gluten-free foods are also tend to be lower in fiber, which leaves you feeling less satisfied and can lead to more overeating. Gluten-free diets are medically necessary for anyone with celiac disease and can lead to weight loss if done properly using whole non-processed foods, but they should not be used as a weight loss strategy and a catch-all. I recently went plant-based as part of my weight loss, and I found a bakery, and they have the most delicious plant-based cupcakes, gluten-free even. Cupcakes. I guarantee you those were not a healthy choice. I'm just saying. All right, our final myth, myth 6, food that tastes good is always bad for you. When I was growing up, I know that that was a philosophy that I heard from my mom, my aunts, you know, the women that would talk about eating healthy. They would talk about if it tastes too good, it must be bad for you. But here's the fact. Healthy food tastes bland if you're eating a lot of highly processed, sugary, and fatty foods. Your taste buds get used to that, and they may need a tune-up. When I went to a plant-based, many people who believe healthy foods don't taste good may not know how to prepare them to enhance their flavor. So rather than adding a lot of sugars and artificial sweeteners, which can actually make your foods be worse for you, you can start to eat more natural foods with tartness from cherries and citrus like lemon. I'll squeeze fresh lemon right onto my food while I'm cooking it, and it just adds the most wonderful flavor. I also now use a lot of garlic, onions, peppers, turmeric, ginger, nuts, and seed-based oils like peanut, sesame, almond, flaxseed, pumpkin seed to enhance the flavor. There are so many wonderful spices and seasonings that are low sodium and low to no sugar that enhance the flavor of your food. So you really don't have to give up yummy food in order to have healthy food. All right, so we've gone through the myths, and we know that there are so many different programs that say you should never eat this, and you should only eat that, and you should only eat these, and you should never eat those. So how do you know which plan is right for you? Because the people who write these books and blogs, they have evidence, they have science behind a lot of what they're talking about. The issue, though, is not that those plans don't work. The issue is that they don't all work for everyone. So one of the things that we do with our program is we do a weight loss assessment. And I want to show you a sample of some of the questions that we ask, because we want to know what you're dealing with your weight loss and with your nutrition. For me personally, I've done every diet on the planet except the really, really complicated ones that I couldn't figure out. I've done the South Beach diet. I've done the Atkins diet. I've done the cabbage soup diet. I've done the one where you can only eat yogurt and low-fat milk on 2 days, and then you can only eat vegetables on 2 days and back and forth, and you have to rub the backs of your ears. I've done every kind of diet and fad and science-based program, you know, Weight Watchers. I've even done Overeaters Anonymous plan. I've done every plan in the book. So for me, my body's been through this roller coaster of weight loss and gain and weight loss and gain. And that messes with your internal metabolism and how your body handles changes. So let's take a look at this assessment, just a sample of the questions. And just for yourself and to yourself, go ahead and ask yourself these questions. The first one is, what are your weight loss goals? Like, how much do you really want to lose? The second one is, when do you want to reach those goals? Are you looking to lose 10 pounds over the next 3 months or 100 pounds over the next year? Somewhere in between. What is your commitment to losing weight? Are you ready to go? You're sick of how you've been, and keep a commitment and go for it. Or don't pressure me. I want to be healthy, but I don't want to be stressed about it. Or somewhere in between. What about your eating? Once you start eating, do you find it difficult to stop? Do you crave foods like bread, pasta, and pastry? When you eat grains, do you feel tired and bloated? Have you been overweight for a year or longer? Are you stressed? Is it hard for you to lose weight even when you eat healthy and exercise? There are even more questions like this that go through the assessment. Because what we want to do is we want to show you that there's not just one weight loss plan that's one size fits all for everyone. You know, so many doctors and health coaches offer science-backed diet plans, and they have so many different rules. They can't all be right for every person because every body is different. We all have different hormones, different histories, different nutrition, different ways we absorb, different levels of stress. And so the best plan is not necessarily the plan that's best marketed to you, but the best plan for your body, your nutrition history, and your commitment level. So I think you would agree that if you could find a weight loss plan that was customized to you, your goals, your challenges, your commitment level, your stress level, and your typical downfalls when it comes to losing weight and getting healthy, that you'd probably be pretty excited about the possibilities available to you. So I want to introduce you to the program that I've been using. It's a customized nutrition plan that matches with your goals and your challenges. It's called TLS Weight Loss Solution. TLS stands for Transitions Lifestyle System, and it's a science-based program which fits any lifestyle. We really do believe that weight loss is personal, so we offer multiple programs to help each person reach their specific goals. Other programs tell you what they think works and will work for you. We tell you what will work for you based on your history. Now, for me, I will tell you, I'm just going to be really real with you. I've tried TLS before, and it didn't work as a sustainable plan for me because I had to do it my way. I went through the assessment, but then when I found out what it wanted me to do, I did it my way anyway. And so you can imagine that using some of those myths that I had never debunked for myself and still believed, I struggled and didn't have long-term success. I'm going to share with you what really made the difference for me as we go through. Because this is a customized plan that if you're honest in the assessment and follow the advice, you will have the same kind of success I've been having when I finally gave up my ego and my control and I followed the plan as designed. I'm getting the results that were promised. As I said, I've lost 20 pounds in 3 months. And you can see from that before and after picture, just from the first 3 months of my journey, what a difference it's made. I feel better. I look better. You know, the dress I was wearing in the first picture, you won't remember what it is, but the dress I was wearing in the first picture, I wore it at a conference this past weekend and somebody said, that dress is too big for you. And I was so sad because it's one of my favorite dresses, but I was so happy because it means that I'm making progress. But I'm not the only one. You know, I know that it makes a difference for you to know that this program has worked for others. So I want to introduce you to a couple of different success stories. This is Karen. She's from the UK. And she says the program allowed her to take back her life. She's always considered herself pretty healthy and active, but after doing the program, she feels that she now has a huge amount of new understanding of her everyday diet. And it's taught her a lot about living a healthy lifestyle for her family and for herself. And that's really huge. This is not a fad. We're not removing entire food groups. We're looking to have a nice balance so that you can have this be your lifestyle for you and your family for the rest of their life. So how does it really work? Well, it's about body composition, which means body fat versus lean muscle mass. And it uses low glycemic eating. So we're not impacting your sugar and spiking it throughout the day, keeping you in a fat burning zone. We also use supplementation to deal with some of the issues that come up, like stress, adrenal fatigue, cortisol from, high stress lives, fat and carb addiction or cravings. We also offer supplementation and coaching. And we have an extensive custom-made meal plan program that covers everything you need to get fit and trim. So it's an inclusive approach that will look at not only what you're eating, but how you're supporting your body, both physically and with supplementation. And we give you a lot of education to back it up. Now, this was where I saw the difference, was the supplementation. One of the main things that I refused to do the last time I did TLS, where it didn't really work for me, is that I didn't use the supplementation. I used the food choices mostly, with some modifications that I decided because I was smarter, and I refused to take the supplements. I had a lot of excuses. It was too hard to remember. I would always forget. I don't like swallowing pills. I don't think it's going to help. I don't want to spend the money. I had a lot of different reasons, but mostly it was just that I was resisting being compliant to the program. Well, this time around, I decided to follow the program as designed. And a couple of the supplements have made a huge difference for me. The one I'll tell you about is Core. Core is a fat and carb inhibitor. It also helps reduce cravings for carbs and fat. I used to be the kind of person that had to eat a candy bar every day. My husband would keep them in the house because I used it like it was a medicinal effect. The bottom line, though, was that I was eating something that was not helping me stay healthy. Now, once in a while, I will have a high-quality dark chocolate as a treat. But instead of eating the entire bar, I'll have 1 or 2 pieces and feel fully satisfied. I used to laugh when I would see models or actors do this in a movie. They would eat 4 M&Ms and say, "Oh, I'm so satisfied, my sweet tooth." And I'd say, "Who are you kidding? What do you think this is? Where's the rest of the bag?" And the shareable bag too, not the little mini bag you get at Halloween. Now I can eat a bite or 2 and be satisfied. And I really credit the Core for helping me do that. In addition is the CLA, which I've been using as well. This is conjugated linoleic acid, and that has done a world of good for me right around in the middle. The before and after photo, a lot of where I've lost my inches is right in my torso, and that's the CLA, because a lot of my weight gain is stress related. I eat because I'm stressed out, or to self-soothe, or to acknowledge and celebrate myself. I have a lot of ways I use food other than nutrition, although not anymore, not since the Core and the CLA. And then the ACTS, the ACTS, that helps to support you with stress, adrenal fatigue, if you have any thyroid issues, and cortisol. So, those 3 have really made such a huge difference. And that's the difference between me trying this program in the past and having minimal success that I couldn't sustain, and doing the program today and having wonderful success that I know is going to take me into a lifetime as I turn 50 in a couple of years of healthy aging. So let me introduce you to another success story, Judith. She lost 15.8 pounds. And what she says is without TLS weight loss solution, she wouldn't be here today. The most important thing for her was to be healthy. And now she knows how to eat healthily and finds time to exercise regularly. She's living the TLS lifestyle and grateful to finally be fit and feel good. It was hard to keep track of what she had to eat, but her goal was to feel good and look good and feel like she'd accomplished this, and she did with TLS. So what do you actually eat? It's a low glycemic program, and it's based around wholesome food, which produces lean, energetic people. We are looking to control the GI of your foods, the glycemic index of your foods, to promote normal blood sugar levels. That keeps you in fat burning mode. I've mentioned that a couple times, but that's the key, is to stay in fat burning mode so you're burning fat, not muscle. That's why the scale doesn't go down as quickly, but you will lose inches more quickly. Now, to answer what you'll specifically eat, you'll need to take the assessment, because that's going to be determined by how much you want to lose, when you want to lose it by, what your commitment level is, what your challenges are, and if you have any food sensitivities or allergies. Once we know all that stuff from the assessment, then we will look at which plan works best for you. Let me introduce you to another success story, Dan B. He lost 89.4 pounds, 46.5 inches, and 21% body fat. Look at the before picture. He looks like an unhealthy guy who sits around drinking a lot of beer, right? Like he might have led a very sedentary lifestyle. And look at the after picture. He looks younger, more vibrant, and definitely like he gets out there and enjoys life. Bite life, baby. He was 376 pounds. He had a body fat of 54%. He was more than half body fat. And he was eating himself to death, ironically, to cope with being fat. Everything he wanted in life, like love, success, and confidence, seemed out of reach. He knew after the first week of starting the TLS weight loss solution, he was onto something and dropped 28 pounds during his detox week. We don't need to talk about what was probably sitting in his colon. The TLS lifestyle is perfect for anyone. He didn't feel like he was on a diet. Once you get used to the lifestyle, you can do it forever. And his absolute favorite products were the Isotonics multivitamin, the Tonalin CLA, which I mentioned, and the nutrition shakes. There are no words to express his gratitude. He feels amazing, and the transformation you see is more than a picture. It's a belief in a program and in a coach that first believed in him. Now, we've talked about body composition, so let me go into that a little bit further. This is about your loss of body fat versus increasing the amount of muscle that you have. When you have more muscle and less fat, you become more fit. And so we do want you to move. It could be yoga, it could be Pilates, it could be Zumba, Nia. There are so many different ways to slice that exercise, move your body more. So whatever works for you, and we have plenty of ideas on our website as well. But this is going to support an ideal body composition, lower your BMI, your body mass index, and have you with a fitter body and a smaller body as well. Here's another success story. Karen C., she lost 100 pounds, 23 inches, and 17% body fat. She is from Stockton, New Jersey, actually, and she was a yo-yo dieter most of her adult life. Her idea of a fruit serving was banana-flavored runts. When she got too heavy, she would do that not eating thing. She would stop eating for days. And it worked for her when she was younger, so she kept doing it, but it was less effective as she got older. It affected her self-esteem. She didn't want to see friends, and she just really wasn't enjoying life. She was at almost 50% body fat. And she said she had a full yard of fat, not lard, yard of fat from her chest, waist, and hips. She was doing the TLS program, and what she learned was that with TLS, she was able to get healthy, and that she was actually lucky to be alive because she was starting to show some symptoms of very poor health before she started the program. She learned that those health issues she was having were a direct result of her poor eating habits. She's grateful to have her life and her health back. And she used to have to lay down on her bed and hold her breath to put on her very tight 18 size jeans. Now she fits comfortably in size 4 to 6 skinny jeans. She hit her and maintained her goal, and it has changed her life forever. Now, I talked about the supplementation, but it is a key component. It does enhance your weight loss. The specific scientifically developed supplements, which I talked to you a little bit about how we source those at the beginning of this webinar, they're formulated to address different processes in your body that cause you to gain weight or prevent you from losing weight. So for example, if you've yo-yo dieted a lot, you might have affected your ability to sense when you're full, because that hormone doesn't fire like it's supposed to. We have a supplement that can support you with that. And we have a range of supplements so that we can make sure to find the perfect ones that fit your weight loss needs. I want to introduce you next to Megan. She lost 31 pounds. She was the chubby one for as long as she could remember. She gained her freshman 15, 30, and 40. She tried programs like Weight Loss Watchers and other programs and failed miserably. And when she was a senior in college, her mom joined the TLS program and blew her away with her results. So she decided to try it, and she started shedding pounds and inches. She felt amazing. She had more energy, and she knew that the TLS solution was right for her, because it's not a diet. It's actually a lifestyle. Before TLS, she was always embarrassed. She would hide in the back of group photos. Do you know people who do that? Like, you can see half their face or none of their body, because they're always trying to position themselves to be at the back of the photos. She didn't want anybody to see how big she was compared to everybody else. So 12 weeks into her new lifestyle, she was bursting with smiles and confidence, and now she wakes up every day ready to conquer her life, and anything that life might throw her way. Now, the reason that this works so well is because it's not just a book or a webinar like, here, go do this and good luck. We have education, we have support. The weight loss solution focuses on both body and mind, and it ensures your weight loss is sustainable. We provide the education you need. We offer free weight loss profile, educational videos, social media support pages. We really have everything covered for a full spectrum of weight loss and healthy eating support. But that's not all. What if instead of just shrinking your waist, you could also fatten your wallet? I want to tell you about the Rise to the Challenge. This is a challenge that we are introducing. It starts in September and it goes to November 26th, and it has $25,000 in prizes up for grabs. Let me say that again. We're giving away $25,000 in prizes for losing weight and getting healthy.
If I had a magic wand, what is one change you'd like to make to your health today? Would it be more energy, better sleep? How about lose weight and look better? Most people take better care of their cars, their lawns, and houses than they do their own body. Most people are suffering from pain and inflammation and are on one or more medications. Now, this might be normal, but it's not healthy. Like most smokers, they want to quit. Most people know that a better nutritional diet and exercise not only solves most health problems, it prevents them. So are you ready for a change? Because your time is now, and it's time to commit. Why? Because TLS Weight Loss Solutions is running a Find Your Fit Challenge, and it runs in the USA and Canada with multiple prizes totaling $25,000 up for grabs, and it's only $30 to register. And our phenomenal system and products can help you reach your health goals. No matter if you are looking to lose weight or gain muscle and get ripped, rise to the challenge. Put yourself at the top of your priority list for once. Registration opens August 8th through September 3rd. The contest begins September 4th and runs through November 26th. So what are you waiting for? Let's find your fit and get you started.
Let me tell you a little about the prizes. They're substantial. The first place prize is $7,500 for the top placing female and $7,500 for the top placing male. Now think about that. What if you were more healthy than you ever been before, you were feeling great, you were proud of your accomplishments, and you had $7,500 extra in your pocket? Would that kind of money make a difference? Think for a second about what you would spend that on. Would you put it toward college loans, a nice vacation, a credit card? Would you put money down on a new car? What would you use that money for? Maybe you have a kid getting married or going to college, and this could be filling the gap that you're missing. The second place prize is nothing to sneeze at either. $2,500 for second place. And look at the third place prize, $1,000 prize for third place. The winner selection is going to be done based on 3 criteria: before and after photos, testimonial and questionnaire answers, and your actual measurements. So you need to register before September 3rd and get them your before photos and your measurements along with your questionnaire answers. I mean, it's pretty exciting, you guys. So you're going to go to the person that invited you to this webinar. Ask them for their TLS website link. Use that to go to the Rise to the Challenge. It's right on the homepage. Hit register today. It'll ask you for all your information, and then you're ready to go. So we already talked about why the TLS weight loss solution. We're not a diet, we're a lifestyle. We don't count calories, we eat real food. You should not be hungry on this program. We use supplementation to support the challenges that have stopped you from succeeding and maintaining in the past. We have a live overview on Friday, which you can actually access. If you're local in the Hudson Valley, you can attend in person. We're going to have a TLS coach there. We're going to have another TLS representative who's going to be talking about the program as well as the contest, and it's a free event to attend. I know not everybody on here is a Hudson Valley resident, so if it's too far for you to drive, we do have a way for you to get on with Facebook Live. So again, just check with the person that invited you to this webinar. We'll make sure to get you the information. But the bottom line is that you want to make a decision and just register for the challenge. There's 25 grand up for grabs. You have an opportunity to find your fit and fill your wallet doing so. Our past winners are living different lives that are healthful, higher energy, and they have a longer lifespan as a result of getting healthy. And this is a real good option because it's customized. Now, I want to invite you to join us to find your fit. This is an opportunity for you to get healthy in a customized plan with all the tools that will help you. Not only that, I invite you to have a friend or 10 join you. It's helped me out a lot to be part of a community doing this together. It helps me be a little more vulnerable and stay a lot more accountable. You know, our products are amazing and they really are worth every penny. We negotiate very aggressively to get the best prices for the high quality products that are science-based. But we do have a way for you to qualify to get them at 20 to 30% discount. That would be getting them basically at wholesale because we're currently interviewing prospective consultants to add to our team. So if you'd like to see how these powerful products, powerful TLS program could change the well-being and health of people in your community and get your products cheaper by doing so, just let the person who told you about this webinar know that, and they can set up a time to sit down for a chat. If you're not interested in the opportunity, that's totally fine. We would still love to have referrals to people who you think might benefit from these products, because you could help us improve the vitality of the people that you love most. Next week, we're actually going to be talking about why you may be feeling so tired all the time and what you can do about it. I want to thank you for joining us. I'm so passionate about this information. It's changed my life and made such a difference in the lives of people that I love, and I hope that it does for you as well. Thanks, everybody, and have a great night.